the year 1885, at the bustling shipyards of W.H. Potter and Son in Liverpool, a great iron barque was launched into the River Mersey. She measured 300.4 feet in length, with a beam of 35.8 feet and a depth of 24.6 feet. Her gross registered tonnage stood at 2,531, and she bore 4 masts beneath her towering yards. She was christened Marlborough Hill, built for the Liverpool shipping firm W. Price & Co., and she sailed straight into the final, fading years of the great age of sail. Her maiden voyage began on 19th of February 1885, when she departed Liverpool bound for Calcutta, arriving on the 4th of June after more than 3 months at sea. In those early years, she served with pride under the British flag, carrying cargoes across the empire, from India to South America and beyond. By 1911, the world was changing. Steam had claimed the oceans, and mighty barques like hers became rare birds on the horizon. That year, Marlborough Hill was sold to Robert Matson of Mariehamn, Åland, for £4,875, equivalent to 125,000 Finnish marks. Under Finnish command, she gained a second wind. In 1912, she made a remarkable passage from Rotterdam to Valparaiso, Chile, in just 72 days, reaching a top speed of 13 knots, testament to her iron bones and skilled crew. The following year, on the 5th of February 1913, she limped into Falmouth from Taltal, Chile, after a violent storm had claimed her bowsprit and a mast. She was towed to Hamburg for repairs. She carried lumber from Oregon to London in 1914, a 118-day voyage from March to July. And in 1916, she narrowly escaped the fate of so many merchantmen when, en route from Pensacola to Liverpool with a cargo of timber, she was intercepted by a German U-boat on 7th of May. In a gale and high seas, her lifeboats capsized while being launched. One crewman, Waldemar Matson of Mariehamn, was lost to the waves. But in a strange moment of mercy, the submarine, its gun trained steadily on the helpless ship, simply signaled dismissed and vanished into the gray Atlantic. Captain Nikolai Tornquist, her master during that perilous voyage, later wrote from Liverpool, "I was sure that our last day had come, but although I am nervous on other occasions, I was then very composed and the only one on board who had his wits about him." Yet Marlborough Hill had endured worse. On the 11th of September 1906, while moored at Stockton, New South Wales, she caught fire. The blaze started in the afterhold among kerosene-soaked dunnage. Flames gutted her officers' quarters, consumed stores and sails, and twisted the iron of her hull until the plates glowed red and the waters around her boiled. Her jiggermast sank 5 feet from heat damage, and her decks were warped beyond recognition. The cause of the fire was never fully known, but she was eventually repaired and returned to service. But perhaps her most enduring legacy came in 1921. That year marked the first of the famed grain races, unofficial but fiercely contested contests between the remaining windjammers still sailing from South Australia's grain ports to Britain. The rules were simple. Fastest passage home won. On that occasion, Marlborough Hill sailed from Port Lincoln, a port on the Spencer Gulf, with a full cargo of barley bound for the port of Cobh, Ireland. The roaring forties screamed around her as she flew eastward, carving through the Southern Ocean with all canvas drawing. The voyage lasted 91 days, and when she arrived, she had beaten all others. Her captain earned quiet renown, and the barque's name was spoken with pride in the maritime circles of Åland and Liverpool alike. It was her final great voyage. The wind was no longer master of the seas. By 1925, Marlborough Hill, like so many of her sisters, was broken up for scrap, but her legacy remains. In her iron hull were etched stories of fire, storm, and submarine. In her logbooks, now lost to war and water, were charts of oceans few today have crossed by sail. And in the memory of the grain races, she remains a champion of the last great generation of ships that bowed only to the wind.